I don't even know if we're back. Are we back? Am I on YouTube right now? I have no idea what's happening. Am I on YouTube? Or am I just on Discord? What is happening? Okay. Oh my gosh. Cheers, YouTube. Okay. So remember, first time we did this tonight, 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, I said that we're going to have to spill some tea. Well, this is part of what I meant. So we have had the same setup and all that jazz for over 5 years now. And, you know, just the more content you create, the more, you know, elevated kind of, you know, things that you do, complex stuff. It's a lot. And our system at this point is pretty much dead. And that's why, you know, we were trying to get things moved over, and we did the Domme Den last time. It was one problem after another, with that. And so we moved everything back down here, and everything was going great. Literally, I did all of good. YouTube sounding and looking good. Fantastic. So I did all of the lighting and all of the tests. I closed out OBS. This is today. Closed out OBS. And then I had a thought of, I need to test something else out real fast. Opened OBS up, literally 1 minute, less than 1 minute between when I closed it, when I reopened it. When I reopened it, we could not get to my screens, my profile without it crashing. Try again, crashing. Try another method, crashing. Try another method, crashing. So what you're seeing tonight is bare bones. That's why we didn't have any intro or anything, but you have this beautiful scenic summer background. Can we just get with the vibe right now of the scenic summer background? But yes, it was making our lives a living hell today. So YouTube, thank you so much for your patience. It's very aesthetically pleasing, isn't it? Isn't it not aesthetically pleasing? So that might be why you see a little bit of a delay tonight. Not YouTube. OBS is like in hospice care right now. So if there's some weird, funky delays now and then, I apologize. Audio should be fantastic though. But yes, that is why we are actively building out a new setup. But y'all, a new setup, we're looking at like close to $3,000 for a whole new setup and everything that we need. So that's our next project. So we are working on that right now. We love you. We're here for you, YouTube. But sometimes we can't control tech. And so that is what we're working on now, getting all of that ready for you. But tonight is going to be a good night. Primarily, I mean, obviously we're together as an LX Army and we love that. But we've got some fun things planned tonight because I don't know about you. Could you all use a little bit of fam time? Could you all use some kinky, silly shenanigans for a few minutes? Could we use just kind of getting out of our head and connecting a little bit as a fam? Is that just me? Or could we all use some of that, right? So YouTube, if you're raising your hand, why are you crying? Ah, yes, honey, long overdue. Same, right? All right, well, I'm just going to love on all of you then. I'm going to love on all of you. We're going to play a little game. How's that sound? Would we like to play a little game and get warmed up? And if you're watching on YouTube, you can join this beautiful, amazing chat in the community on Patreon, patreon.com/AlexErotica. And this would be a great time for you to also join because you can help us support this build out that we're doing just for you. This very expensive new build out. So slip into being little. Join us over on Patreon if you'd like to connect with us and play this game. But no matter where you are, if you are watching on YouTube or Discord, obviously put it in the chat. But if you're watching on YouTube, comment with your answers because we are going to play a rousing round. Not just any round, a rousing round of Would You Rather Kink Edition. Y'all ready? Would you rather Kink Edition? All right. So let's see. Let's find a good one to open up with. Oh, this one is good. Would you rather have a scene where your dominant uses only overtly dramatic Shakespearean dialogue? Oh, thou naughty knave. Or one where they can only communicate using animal noises. Animal noises or naughty knave. Oh, we're tied so far. One for animal noises, one for naughty knave. Shakespeare for sure. Gail likes Shakespeare. Everyone likes Shakespeare. Animal noises. You couldn't not laugh at Shakespeare, but the animal noises we're okay with. Naughty knave would just make you laugh throughout and you would be forced to reply in equal ridiculousness. Well, I mean, what if that's the point? What if that's the whole point? What if that's the theme, the name of the game? The name of the game, you naughty knave. Shakespeare, it would be such a funny scene. I must agreeeth. Naughty knave. You know, I think just as a dominant thinking through this question, I think that would be great fun to craft a scene all around naughty knave. Shakespearean language. Oh my gosh. I musteth agreeth. And see, that's what I would be after too. If I started rolling this out in a scene, I would hope and pray that my submissive would volley back in that same ridiculous way. Because that's what I would be doing. Like, that would be part of the fun for me. Is that a crop I see before me? I've tried this with a high school girlfriend. We were just laughing the whole time. Fantastic. Fantastic. I'm hoping that you both were in high school at the time. It's a whole other conversation. We were just laughing though. I would be, right? Well, was there any sexy fun though that happened, or was it just laughter? I personally have never done this. I would like to try it though. Would like to try it. For those of you who are asking, Miss L, are wondering, Miss L, what are you drinking? Tonight I am drinking an apple ginger mocktail with fresh mint. I shan't say no. I shan't say no. So what was the winner? I think our winner was... Oh, we got a couple for 222. I think our winner, though, was 1. The candle within has grown to a fiery flame. This is so good. You know what? No, I'm not going to commit to that. I was going to say maybe we should just speak like that the entire time tonight. I can't. I won't be able to focus or actually advise, right? I would not be able to focus on advising you properly. Halloween costume ideas, right? That reminds me. Over the summer here, we have this whole castle, literally like this like event castle thing, and they host like all of these like Ren fairs throughout the summer. There's like one every weekend or something, or every other week, or I don't know. I've never gone. You guys, I've always wanted to go. Always, always, always. I haven't yet, because it comes around every year and then I forget, because like I'm an Irish vampire, and so I avoid the sunshine. I avoid the heat, right? It's on your bucket list, right? You said costume ideas, Shakespeare. It went to the outfits and the push-up and the, all of that. Anyway. Vampire of Oklahoma, you must get to the fair. I love what we've started tonight here. I love what we have started. This is Irish vampire. No, because I'm Irish, right? And then my dermatologist that I need to go see actually, basically said, because I had a little bit of a moment a few years ago, and my dermatologist basically was like, avoid the sun at all costs. Consider yourself like a vampire. And so, Irish vampire, basically. SPF 50, and on top of SPF 30, I actually bought this year, you guys, not because of any body issues, because you should see the rest of my bathing suits. But I literally bought one of those like surfer bathing suits with the long sleeves, because you're Irish too. Yes. Cheers. So with the black ones with the long sleeves, like the surfer suits. I love those suits, right? So I bought one. It's very Bond. It's very like Bond vibes. Long sleeves, long leggings, right? I burn like crazy. Okay, Claire. You get me. But here's the thing. I don't burn. So this is why I damaged my skin throughout my entire youth, for being this pale, I never would burn. I would just like get a little bit of like a tinge of pink. And then the next morning it would be nice and bronzed, right? So I thought, I'm safe. I'm not doing damage. I'm not doing any damage. Don't listen to that lie. Ladies, gentlemen, put on your sunscreen. Lather it on. It's so bad, me and sunscreen at this point. The child, Jamie, knows. He smells it, okay? He'll literally be sitting on the stairs. He'll smell my sunscreen as I'm putting it on. And he will trot into the bathroom and get all excited because he knows we're about to go outside. It's that, okay? I'm not even safe in the shadows. You're not even safe in the shadows. It's tricky that way. And so the backyard has very little shade cover, around the pool. And I thought, if I can't get my shade cover and I still want to go in the pool, I'll just put on my long sleeve Bond girl outfit. The UV doesn't discriminate. You're mixed and so happy about your melanin, but still force yourself. UV doesn't discriminate. I know, man. I know. Got to put on that sunscreen. So drink your water. Put on your sunscreen. Good chat, everyone. Good chat. Bond. Santa Bond. Yes. The Office reference. Okay. But yes, I'll take it, Reaper. By the way, Reaper, nice to see you. How are you? I haven't said hi to all of you. Hello, all of you beautiful, wonderful souls in the chat. Should we get back to our game? Let's do another one. Let's see. Let's do this one. Ooh, this is good. Okay. Would you rather have a scene with mood lighting that keeps flickering like a bad horror movie, or background music that's stuck on an awkward polka playlist? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Light, easy. You don't want the polka music in the background? Well, what is that? What is that instrument? What is that instrument that I'm doing? What is that called? Definitely the music. You can't handle the lights. Accordion. Thank you. Yes, accordion. You guys got it with just that. You know, maybe charades is our next one, fam. Charades is our next game. Okay. They're both awful. Your miming is next level. I'm going to ignore the sarcasm in that. Thank you very much. I'll take... Ray, were you here? Ray, were you here for our parties when we did like angel, Christmas tree, angel, Santa? So we still do parties and stuff as a community, but I think it was last year. It was like multiple years in a row. It became this thing where in the middle of our party, the chat would throw out randomly Christmas tree or angel or Santa Claus. And I would have to, in the middle of whatever we were doing, a game, chatting, whatever, I would have to do the gesture. So for Christmas tree, it was this. I think it was Christmas tree. For Santa, it was ho ho ho. For angel, it was this. And so randomly, having conversation like this, they just throw it out in the chat, and I'd have to, you know, do whatever we were doing. And so it became a thing. We did it on Halloween too. Who's an OG? John remembers this shit. John, what did we do for Halloween? What did we do for Halloween? It was like a witch. There was a witch. There was a ghost. I don't know. Anyway, back to our game. Focus, everyone. Tiny Violin was second runner up. They're both awful. Definitely one. Bad lighting, I'll adapt. The music distracts me. The music distracts you. Yes, the music would be distracting. Definitely the music. You can't handle the lights. So Sapphire, I think you're the only one that has said music so far. Sapphire also got my accordion gesture. So why the music? Why would you choose the music over the lights? I think you're the only one who chose that, Sapphire. This might have predated you. What? You know, you're old, John. You're old school. You just can't handle flashing lights. You'd pass out. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. We don't want that. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to make you guys think about this one. Are you ready? Would you rather have your partner bind you in intricate shibari ropes that make you feel like their masterpiece, but take 30 minutes to tie, or go for a quick, intense restraint with leather cuffs that leave you at their mercy in seconds? What's our taste, rope bunnies? What's our taste? Ooh, I want both, please. I want both, please. 2, 1. Shibari for the intimacy and time. Right. Talk about that. One, but one. I want both, but one. Fast. Watch. All the boys are going to say fast and all the girls are going to say slow. Watch. Watch. So far, 2 boys have said fast. And all the girls are saying shibari. Except John, because John knows what I like to hear. John's breaking the mold. No, John's not breaking the mold. John's being submissive as fuck right now and telling me what I want to hear. That's what's happening. Hey, you are a boy. Yes, you are, pal. Yes, you are, pal. You are a boy. You are a beautiful boy. And you chose one. Okay. I'm so sorry. I missed that. I missed that. Pal's like, excuse me, ma'am. Yes, pal. You are a beautiful, wonderful, amazing boy. We love you. We love you. We love you. Okay, so yes, Pal and John are saying one, but I think because I was gonna say the dominant boys are saying fast, but no slut boys a bottom. Very interesting. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Should I find another one? One more? Do you guys want to do one more? Okay. Let's see. More games. More games. Okay. How about this one? Would you rather wear a collar with a silly nickname like Fluffy or Captain Cuddles in public for a day, in public at the grocery store for a day, or have your partner choose your outfit for a kink event, no vetoes allowed? Dun dun dun. Collar with a silly nickname or no vetoes allowed. Can I have both? You cannot have both. 111. Everyone wants the silly nickname collar. 111. Oh, we got twos coming in. No questions asked. No vetoes. Y'all are trusting. Will I be nude if I'm single? That is a clever loophole that I will not tolerate, Gail. You can be whatever you want to be. If that is your outfit of choice, your birthday suit, I will not object. Okay, 111 across the board. Caller, silly nicknames. We got a few twos sprinkled in. Silly nickname. Okay, now I have to ask. What silly nickname did you envision on that collar? Everyone who chose number 1. What was the silly nickname? Because I know you had it. I know you thought it through and you envisioned what kind of name and what kind of collar. And Poofy. That's cute. You're anything but Poofy. Unless Poofy's like another cute English curse word. Have y'all noticed? Okay. We have a beautiful global community here in the LX Army. And so we get to talk to a lot of people all around the world. And we have so many people from the UK. And actually, I'm going to tell you an awesome story. We had a meetup, a UK meetup, and I'm thrilled about it. We'll talk story here in just a sec. But Ray has introduced us. She's originally from England somewhere. Now in New Zealand. UK does actually mean something. See, I knew it. Anyway, she's introduced us to all of these curse words, and they're all so adorable. All of them are so cute and so adorable. And apparently, Poofy is one of those. Okay. So I think that's a good segue, you guys, because it was so cute. I have to tell you. Okay. So like I said, we just had a meetup. And I don't know the story. I think it was Collie Bee who was coming over for a visit, because isn't Collie Bee in like Germany or something? Anyway, I have gotten permission to share this, and I'm gonna write about it and everything like that, because it just is so beautiful. But Collie Bee is one of our beautiful patrons, and she is in Germany, and she was taking a trip over to England, and they planned, like 3 of you planned a meeting together, and we got stories and we got pictures, and their cute little meetup was just fantastic. And I want to read what Collie B shared, because like this is, oh, it's so good, you guys. Like, this is why this community exists. Like, it shouldn't all be about me. Yes, I run the show here, but I shouldn't need to show up for you guys to show up with one another. I shouldn't need to show up for you guys to meet up and to connect and to build relationships on a deeper level. And the fact that that is happening all over the world is so beautiful. And this isn't the first time this has happened. We've had so many patrons go, hey, I'm visiting the United States for the first time. I'm visiting this state for the first time. Anyone local want to meet up? We've had this happen so often, and it makes me so happy. It thrills me to death. So I want to read you Collie's story about their meetup. And if this story resonates with you and you feel like you don't have people, you feel like you're too much, you're not enough, you don't have you're fit, you don't have family, you don't have community, you feel isolated, you feel alone, and yet you're kinky and you feel like that kind of makes it worse. That's why this community exists. It's like you are not just boxed in by your fetish or your role in the lifestyle here. We are human beings first. And there's so much beautiful community and connection that can take place. And so I wanted to read this to you. It's so good. And if that's you and you resonate with this and you feel that way, come join us. Patreon.com/LXerotica. We would love to have you join us and chat along with us every time we go live and all of that. But here is it. This is what Collie B said. After about a year of chatting and sharing stories here in our community, I recently had the chance to meet Jamie and Patch in person for the first time, as I had to travel to London for work. I was both excited and a little nervous. As a woman, meeting up with men you've only known online can understandably feel daunting, but I felt at ease, especially knowing my doms were looking out for me. So sweet. As it turned out, I had nothing to worry about. The evening was wonderful. We talked and laughed endlessly, not just about the lifestyle that brought us together, but also about life, the world, and everything in between. That is special and nothing I experienced before when meeting with people from the lifestyle. Usually BDSM is the focus, and that's it. Of course, we all love it, but aren't we so much more? This day, it truly felt like reconnecting with old friends. Both of them were absolute gentlemen, making sure I felt comfortable and got back to my hotel safely. I'm so grateful for the experience. It reminded me of the power of connection and how beautiful it is when online friendships grow into something even more special in real life. Not only valuing the aspect that brought us together, but also everything else that makes us all to the unique and beautiful personalities we are. I hope next time I will have the chance to meet more of the members of the LX Army. You guys, isn't that so great? Like, this is this community, okay? Like, I'm tearing up. Oh my gosh. Like, is that not so beautiful? And like, I love what she emphasized there. Like, as a woman meeting up in person with two men that I've only known online, not just one, two, I went out of my way. And boys, if you're watching this, Jamie, Patch, if you're watching this, I know I said it on the server, but I have to tell you again, this is the kind, this right here, these are the kind of men that we have in this community, because I do not tolerate anything else. Men, you have a very unique and beautiful role to be protectors of women, to be our allies, to be our protectors. And the fact that a woman felt safe enough to meet you guys in person for the first time is huge. So I, as the leader here, I I'm beaming with pride at the caliber of men that we have here, the caliber of people that we have here. And literally, this is it. This is what it's all about. Community, connection, safety, friendship, laughter. I love this. I love this. So I'm so glad that it went so well, that you guys had a great time. And yes, we will continue to plan more meetups, but don't wait on me. Like, if you guys are connecting with someone and you're going for a visit, whatever, make it happen. Make it happen. You also booked to meet up with them, but you got very sick and it didn't happen, but you felt very safe to reach out to them. Wow. So without hesitation, you were going to meet, but you got sick and it didn't happen. Wow. Well, I hope you get another chance. I hope you get another chance. Oh yeah, I forgot. Peanut met up with Rob. You felt the same way when you met up with Rob. He was also a gentleman and proved my worry wrong very quickly. Okay. Yes. Yes. So we've had so many meetups like this. And that really is, I think, part of what makes this community so special is there's genuine connection happening here, to the point where you guys are taking it into your own hands, going, man, I feel so safe here. I feel like these people are really becoming my family. Like, we want to take this further. And that is, it's everything. It's so beautiful. So again, if you feel like you don't have that, I know so many people feel so isolated, feel so alone, feel so lonely, feel like you don't have anyone that sees you. You don't have anyone that is asking about your unique experience and your unique journey. And you don't feel like you have that sense of community or family. Join us. Check it out. Patreon.com/LXerotica. And if you go over to MsLX.com, go over to the community tab. You can read about everything you'll experience in the community. You can also go over to the testimonials page and read about everyone else's experience. But Sega, oh my gosh, Sega in the house. Sega, how you doing, girl? How are you doing? Tell us what is new in your world, you beautiful creature. And then focus on soul safety, soul safety. So Peanut met up with Rob. Yes, I forgot about that. That was so good. That was so good. I love that. Did you meet the little man too? Did you meet, oh God, I forgot the son's name. Oh, I remembered, but I don't want to say it. We have so much to catch up on. Girl, yes. Spill the tea, little baby cup of tea. Maybe a little baby cup of espresso. Spill it. Tell me what's going on. Catch me up a little bit. Are you still in New York? All right. Life is literally 180 right now. Oh my gosh. I have to know. We'll have to talk soon so you can update me. Okay. We did that. Okay. Let me pull up our questions for the evening. Oh, shit. That was a long time coming. Now I don't want to do anything and I just want to talk story with Sega. Sega, that was a long time coming. Oh. Yeah, no, child was here. I actually left work to meet Peanut at my house and feed her and send her on her way. Oh, that's so cute. You cooked for Peanut? Rob cooked for you? You met up and Rob cooked for you? Sega, you have distracted me. You have come into this house and completely distracted me. For those of you who don't know, Sega, she's been here for forever. We love her. She's an OG. Say hi to Sega, everyone. Still have your pasta bowl? Well, that's good. That's good. Was it good pasta? Did he feed you well? And fork. Are you bitter over the fork? All right. Let's jump into some questions. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. I love you, girl. I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Like, that was a big step. I don't know what it took to get you to make that step. But girl, that's a step. That's a step. Okay. So let's look at some questions. Girl, we gotta talk story. All right. So let me jump into this question. Oh. It happened last August. Like a whole year? What? And she's just now telling me? Okay. Get your ass back into this server and talk to me. I want to know everything. I'm serious. You think I'm joking? We want tea. Okay. Shout out to all the gentlemen. Hey, why are we shouting them out again? Just because they're awesome? Okay. Speaking of gentlemen, a lovely gentleman from our community submitted this question. I don't want to change over this screen. Where is he? Where are you? FLR Boy, New York City. Okay, FLR Boy, NYC. I'm answering your question. Thank you so much for reaching out. So the question that came in from FLR Boy NYC is, I saw your recent YouTube for dominants reading their submissives' minds. My mistress enjoys being a pillow princess. I want to be able to read her mind to provide deeper pleasure. Do you have any recommendations? Great question. My first question back is, you say your mistress and your username is FLR Boy, so female-led relationship. Your mistress enjoys being a pillow princess. Okay. Pillow princess, mistress. Is she switching? Is she switching at this point? Because, yeah. Has she asked you to top her? Or because we could kind of look at this from two very different perspectives. Do you have your mistress who enjoys being a pillow princess in terms of giving you an opportunity to serve her from a submissive standpoint? Or do you have your mistress who views being a pillow princess as, this is my switch point where I don't have to dom anymore? I'm now no longer dom, I'm pillow princess. It's kind of like my relationship between domination and being a sexual bottom. My answer is going to be very different either way. I think that's a really important point to note. Oh, there's the other one. There's the second one. Okay. Sorry, getting back to the chat. So, yeah, with what Ray is saying, has she asked you to top her? Is this, I need to know how to top her because I'm unfamiliar with doing that when she switches into this space? Or is it, I don't know how to show up for her as a submissive when she's in pillow princess mode? Pillow princess could definitely be almost body worship. Exactly. So what angle are we kind of approaching this from? Hello, buddy. Okay, my cute little floofy overgrown boy, for those of you who don't know, he's Maltese Pomeranian. And he is, should I show you? I just need to show you. You want to come up here? He's so grown out right now, you guys. Because don't ask me about the last 2 weeks of my life. He's so grown out. He's like at least a month overdue. And as little palm, it looks like he licked a light socket right now, and it's really cute. Hello. I'm gonna pick you up. You want to take? Oh, yeah. Hi. Come here. Come here. Oh, stop it. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Oh. Why are you being crazy? Why are you so fussy? Okay, what? Okay. Oh. Excuse me. Excuse me. Why are you having attitude? Yes. Excuse me. He is. This is kind of, he looks like he licked a light socket. He's very aggressive right now. Excuse me, child. He does not like that I picked him up to do this. So he has to stay here until he calms down. Dominance. When that submissive gets fussy and bratty with you, that is not the time to acquiesce. Hold your territory. Hold your ground. Okay. He looks like he's gone physically bigger because of his floofy poofs. He's so floofy poofy right now. I'm going to move this mic just so we can make this transition easier so you can see him. Hey, you want to try that again? Okay, there. Excuse me, put the snarl face away. They just wanted to see you. They just wanted to see you and say hi to you. Ah! I know, you should have. Are you gonna be good boy? Are you gonna be good boy? Excuse me. Okay. Oh shit, I know, right? Oh shit. So, look at that quiff. Is that what you call his floofy poof? Anyway, he is a mess. He's oofy. Yes, he's poofy floofy. New Scrabble word unlocked, right? Quiff, right? Poofy. Floofy poofy. I know, he is. Looked like he licked a light socket. Now he's just laying in his bed, pouting. So, getting back to what we were saying a minute ago, it could go one of two ways. Now, I'll give you some general principles to roll out either way, but that is really a question that you're going to need to get clarity on. When your mistress is in Pillow Princess space, does she consider herself to still be in top space, or does she consider that to be more of a switch point where she is now viewing herself as a sexual bottom or wanting something different from you? If you have the ability to hold a whole ass person in the air like that, I wouldn't even bother talking back to you. Fair point, Peanut. Fair point. Sheer brute strength does it for Peanut. So, Jason Momoa, get over here. Peanut has already given consent. Just hoist her, one arm up in the air. All right. So, FLR boy, NYC, get clarity on where does she consider herself to be? Does she consider herself to be on the top side or bottom side when she is in Pillow Princess space? Regardless, you want to do a few things. I'm going to lay out some general principles here for you. The first one, just be present and observe. Like, be present and observe in real time. If you are approaching her when she is in Pillow Princess space as a submissive and you notice that she's getting out of pillow princess space and more into that cold dominant space, that might not be what she's looking for, and vice versa. How many peanuts can you bench press? You know what? That's a great question. That's a great question. So you just want to really master the art of observation. You want to be very, very present. Notice when you do something, how does she respond? With arousal, with interest, with excitement, or not. A lot of this is present, present, present. You're also going to want to create an open feedback loop, ask open-ended questions. And really, this is a principle that I talked about in that video, is when you're in doubt about what you're reading on your partner, don't just go with it. Ask. Get clarity. Mistress, I saw your breathing changed when I touched you this way. What does that mean? I noticed your tone shift when I said this. What does that mean? So we want open-ended questions. We want curiosity. But then you also want to really create that, that feedback loop where you want to check in and ask her not just what worked for you, but if you're hitting a wall, push back with some of the language that I just suggested. Not this, what did you like about that? What worked for you? She might have trouble narrowing it down. So it could be, bring specifics to her. When I touched you like this, when I stroked you like this, when I spoke to you this way, you behaved this way. This was what I read. This is what I saw. What does that mean? What does that mean? You're that tiny? She is a tiny peanut. She is a tiny peanut. Okay. Let's see. Ended questions. Yes. So I've also found this is just kind of like another point that I just think would be helpful to throw in here intuitively. In my experience, women have kind of like an on button, and it's not where you think it is, but it's like the on button that will start waking up the body to want to be aroused. Because those are two different things for women. We don't get aroused unless we want to be aroused. And sometimes we get in a mood where we don't want to be aroused. We're so stuck in it. We're so stuck in cerebral thinking. We're still so stuck in whatever it is. We're not even open to being aroused. And so, right, you ladies, tell me if I'm on it. But it's like I need to get open to get aroused. Like, I'm not even open to the concept of being turned on right now. Like, you have to get there, and then you can start the process of actual arousal building, right? All the ladies are like, yes, right? So when I'm talking about the on button, the on button is that place on her body that gets her open to wanting to be aroused. You need to engage the brain. I'm kind of trying to bypass the brain at this point, because if her brain is going, no, we have too much stress and too much anxiety and too much overwhelm, we are not open to being turned on. But her very nature is screaming for release, and she needs to get out of her head, and she really wants to get there, but she just can't. This can be a way to bypass. And once you guys kind of pick up what I'm throwing down, you ladies will have to share if you feel comfortable. I'll share mine. But most women have, I think all women have, but I don't think many women are aware. I think awareness really needs to be developed. But women have this on button that's like, this will start opening up, stimulating my body and opening me up to where I want more arousal, start there. And honestly, it's not what you see in the movies. I don't watch porn. I highly advise you do not either, so I don't have a huge reference point there. But it's not what you see in the movies in terms of we kiss her, we make out, and then we throw her on the bed, and there you go. More often than not, that is absolutely not going to work unless you've already continued to lay the foundation, right? It's like there's no foreplay, there's no interest. It's we're literally making out, and then we throw her on the bed, and she's ready to go. She's panting, she's moaning, she's eager, she's ripping off his shirt. That is unrealistic. And so the on button, find the on button, because the on button will start turning her on to the capacity to be aroused. For instance, I just threw out the analogy in most movies where it's all make out, mouth to mouth, make out, and then jump into bed, whatever. I love a good makeout sesh. I love a good kiss. But if you're trying to get me to level 10, where I am like wanting to rip off your clothes and I'm begging for it, a makeout sesh isn't going to do it. That isn't what's going to start that heat building. For me, my on button is anything on the back of my neck. I mean, technically a little bit maybe like on the front or the sides, but like anything on the back of my neck or on like my shoulder blades or literally like down my spine. You touch, you kiss, you breathe on any of that. It's like my whole body is like, hello, I see you, sir. How are you? Nice to meet you again. Like that, it turns my whole body not on in terms of sexual arousal, but like, whoo, we are online again. And this feels good. And I actually want more now. So I would say, figure out what her on button is and lean into that. I don't think you have an on button. I think you do. You might not have allowed yourself to explore. And this is what I was saying a minute ago. I truly believe, I think many women, I think most women, I think all women do have this. But I think a lot of women, especially Gail, in your situation where you really struggle with maybe some people pleasing, some codependency. Here's another angle, Gail. Gail, you struggle with resting. You struggle with feeling lazy if you're not dominant. You struggle with feeling like you're not doing enough if you're not constantly burnt out. That same mentality will prevent you from even discovering what your on button is because you will feel too guilty to fully receive all of that pleasure. That is what women do. That is what women do. Okay? I talked to my hubby about making a landing strip for me. It's my environment being nice to embody. It awakens my senses. So good. This is so interesting. I never thought about this. I just got frustrated with my brain saying, nope, not going to happen. Yeah, ladies, if you're wanting to really get sexual, but something in you is like, nope, not going to happen. Nope. That's often a defense mechanism. That's one of your parts coming online, not the good parts coming online. That's one of your psychological parts coming online. That is a defense mechanism. And so, ladies, pleasure, receiving pleasure. And here's the thing, allowing yourself to identify what truly brings you pleasure without you having to give pleasure in return. Most women are terrified of that because the indoctrination of sexual people pleasing is so intense. Sexual codependency is so intense. It is so pervasive. And many women are programmed that way. If you're programmed where you feel guilty receiving and resting, you will not ever allow yourself to really tap into deep, deep levels of your sexuality as a woman. You won't. You'll block it. You'll prevent it. How could one discover their on button if they don't know? It's honestly going to be presence with a partner, because it's like tickling yourself, right? You can't tickle yourself, right? It doesn't work that way. So I think a lot of it is going to be when you are with a partner that you feel safe and they start touching you, kissing you, whatever, pay attention. I think really that's a huge part of it. Just be more present in your body, ladies. And this kind of ties into what we were just talking about. So few women can identify where those arousal points are, even at a minuscule level, to really build, because you're in here. You're not actually in your body. You're in your head going, do I look fat? Am I being too much? Am I turning him off? Am I turning her off? How do I smell? Is my breath okay? Like, you're all up in your head. Did that moan sound weird? All of that you're not even in your body. So that when your partner does start doing something that does start to activate, you won't even realize it, because you're zzz, right? Spending a weekend figuring this out sounds amazing, and it absolutely will be. But you have to find someone that you feel safe with, because if you do not feel safe emotionally, then you're going to go back into performative mode, and that performative mode is going to prevent the pleasure flow. Okay. Sexual codependency was and still kind of is a struggle for me, as I grew up in a very hypersexual performative environment. Oh, Reaper, I'm so sorry. Do guys have an on button? I think that guys have multiple on buttons, and I think that men are far easier than women, quite honestly, in my experience. Men, I believe, have multiple on buttons. And when you're talking about fetishized on buttons in a professional context versus the needs of a man's heart in a relational context, I think both can be spoken to. So I think the on buttons for men are, I think there's more. Honestly, I have experienced quicker openness from men than from women. Quicker emotional openness from men than from women. And I think the emotional openness ties to the safety, emotional openness that allows you to have multiple on buttons. It allows you to be more receptive. So overall, I think how men are wired, I think you have more readily available on buttons because you're far more visual. You see something, it stimulates you, there you go. You don't really need all of the same groundwork on your pyramid, as we do as women. And that doesn't make it bad. It's great. I love the fact. This is one of the you want to talk about the fact why I'm not a lesbian? One, I love men. I just But number two, the work. Man, the work that men have to put in to seduce a woman versus the work that a woman has to put in to seduce a man. I would much rather be a straight woman trying to seduce a man than a straight man trying to seduce a woman. I would much rather be a straight woman trying to seduce a man than being a lesbian trying to seduce a woman. I know how I am, okay? I don't want that job. I do not want that job. And having seduced both, completely agree, right? And so I think men, you have a great skill set. Sir has to have an emotional connection with someone. He said after our first date, he just knew with you. Yes. And see, I think that's a misconception. I think it's a big misconception that men don't need to have an emotional connection. They absolutely do. It's just, I think broken men, it's broken masculinity is really what it is. It's not it's not being a man or a woman. I think if you have been traumatized, if you've been abused, if you're disassociated, sex, good sex, transformative sex, connective sex, it demands a dissolution of ego. It demands you dying to ego, because think of the moment of orgasm. You should be fully in your body, not in your head at all. You're not in control of your sounds. You're not in control of really how your body is moving. You are mentally, emotionally, physically being completely moved and guided by the energy of another person. Think about that. Not only that, another human being is literally intertwining their very body with yours. And as a society, we've reduced that incredibly intense, vulnerable experience that can actually produce life itself. We've reduced it to swipe right, swipe left, hook up, never talk to them again. And that's why I have a different view on sex and on sexuality. And so suddenly, remember, you have a task at work the next day. Exactly my point, my friend. And if that is your experience, honey, we got to talk. We got to talk about that. And so all of that, you can't tell me that all of that was meant, designed, created to just be, oh, that was nice. I'm never going to see you again. I'm never going to talk to you again. That kills your soul. That kills your very spirit. Because all of what you're doing when you are in that moment of orgasm, of connection with someone else, is you are completely raw, completely vulnerable. You cannot hold on to ego at that point. And so I think that, yes, men do need an emotional connection. Women do need an emotional connection. But when you're traumatized, when you're disassociated, when you're abused, when you've found coping mechanisms, and then when society reinforces those very themes and says you're entitled to pleasure without connection, you're entitled to pleasure without connection. You completely rewire the framework of sex. And you completely rewire the framework of orgasm. And you completely rewire what it means to have an emotional, spiritual, relational connection in sex with someone. If any of this is making sense. I know we're going real deep into it, but no wonder you're a virgin. You're not ready for all of that. And you know what? Good for you. You are saving yourself so much trouble. You're saving yourself so much trouble and so much heartache. You really are. You really are. We absolutely do need one, but hookup culture can really ruin. And that's what I'm saying. Thank you for distilling everything. Hookup culture can really ruin that level of emotional connection some of us really desire. The swipe left or right makes this connection so damn hard these days. This is so true though, right? And I'm saying this because one of my closest friends is a gay man. I work with a few gay men, and they feel like almost imposters in the gay community. They feel like almost imposters in the gay lifestyle because the expectation is a gay man should not have these expectations. Like, you should just be able to do whatever you want with whoever you want, not get attached, and that's part of the joy of it. That's part of the fun of it. But these men who are beautiful, deep, emotional creatures are like, this is not fulfilling. Why? That doesn't mean you're not gay. It means we have reduced sex to something it was never meant to be. Sex is incredibly powerful and incredibly, it has creation power. To reduce that to a 30-minute, 1 hour experience with a stranger is crazy to me. So yes, circling back to the initial question, we want to connect emotionally. We want to be present. We want to read the room. We want to read the body language. We want to access that hot button, that turn on button. And if you are in doubt, ask questions. But really, my friend, FLR Boy NYC, I think the biggest part of the answer of your question is me looking for clarity, is you need to tell me what her perspective is when she gets into pillow princess mode. Is she a very indulgent dominant who is just worship me and please me, but she still views her here, you're here? Or is it, I am checked out, I am not your dominant, I am a woman who needs attention and you are a man who can give it to me? What kind of thing are we working with? Wait, sex is not meant to be transitory and meaningless? I must rethink the universe. Yes, you must. You must. There is only sex. That's right. Like, if we don't get to a point where I'm not feeling disgusted by your contact, then how am I supposed to have sex with anyone? Right? Right? I know. I know. Another little quick tip here is experiment with subtle variations, my friend. And this applies to either side of the switch for her. Subtle modifications, subtle little changes. If you normally kiss her like this, maybe add a certain touch. See what happens. Like, it doesn't have to be big dramatic things, but if you make small adjustments, you're going to get small reactions to those adjustments. And so really it's about just being very, very present with all of those in real time. All right. All right, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, do you have anything else to add to that answer? It's like the testing you explained in the baby doll videos, baby girl videos, and testing. Bridge the gap for me, baby. Bridge the gap for me, baby doll. But yeah, that hot button, ladies, if you're a woman watching this and going, I don't know if I have an arousal point, a physical arousal point. I don't know if I have a hot button. Chances are you do. You're just not allowing yourself to feel it. You're not allowing yourself to find it, number one, and then you're not allowing yourself to feel it. YouTube just got super weird. Okay. That's fantastic. Checking if on your end. Okay. Honestly, if you serve me potatoes, if a button ever existed, right? Potatoes. Potatoes, right? You're checking too? Okay. Well, that's okay. We can call it a night if we need to. We've done a lot of good work tonight. Oh, the sound is robotic. Okay. Yeah, this is why we're saying we're going to have to rebuild. I hope that the sound was not robotic the entire time. Let's hope. Let's hope, let's hope. Just happened. Okay. Okay. Now I'm wondering if men have an off button. You and me both. All right, so since I'm getting messages that audio is being weird, we're going to go ahead and cut so I don't put anyone through that. Like I said, we're going to have to figure this out. We are actively building a new system. So if you would like to support this channel and this very expensive bill that we're leaning into, patreon.com/AlexErotica, or you can become a YouTube channel member here on this channel. Kink steamer being so choosy and selective. And see, I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people do feel like an outlier in the kink community. And that's why this community exists. If you're actually looking for deeper connection, you don't want kink or sex or relationships to be meaningless. You want something deeper. That's why this community exists. come on over and join us, patreon.com/LXerotica. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for your time and your beautiful conversations tonight, everyone. I have so loved being with all of you. Thank you so much. Again, I apologize for all of the tech issues. We are currently building out a new system. Thank you for your patience. And I'm sorry that the voice went robotic. I have no idea what's happening, but all will be fixed. Thank you again. We will see you next time. Good night, YouTube.